Babes, on this page, I'm always fond of coming for you all, reading you all for filth every now and then. But babes, today, I'm going to be coming for myself. I'm going to be eating a very generous dose of humble pie. I'm putting myself on the chopping block because even though I may be a plant icon, there's no doubt about my iconic status. But even the most iconic of us all, we do make our mistakes. And today, I have come up with a list of some of the most atrocious plant advice I've given you guys so far on this channel. All I ask is that you extend your mercy and be kind to me in the comment section. This wasn't easy, but I feel like I owe you guys some level of accountability. Grab a cup of coffee, grab someone, grab something. Clutch your pearls. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. Oh! Sorry, I had to get my microphone holder. I wasn't feeling that small microphone. Babes, the first point, and I want to apologize to you guys for this one because when I stated this rather categorically in one of my recent videos, I was making fun of you all that participated in this. I saw it as an outdated trend, something that crazy plant people did back in 2020, 2021. Little did I know that no, this isn't a trend, but this has been something that is very useful for you guys and your plants and your collection. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about nutrient water and fertilizer water. Yeah. In this video, I summed it off as a silly trend, a silly millennial trend. But you guys rather graciously explained to me that this is not a trend. This is how you guys actually fertilize your plants. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Your plants are fine. They're doing great. I was wrong. I was wrong. And one of the things I have come to learn is that just because I do not understand how something is done in my part of the world doesn't necessarily mean those that participate in it don't know what they're doing. For those of you that don't know what nutrient water is, by the way, any British accent you detect is fake. This month of September, I have a British alternate personality that comes in every now and then, so just bear with me, okay? But for those of you that don't know what I mean by fertilized water, basically, as the name implies, it's just adding fertilizer water as well as some other nutrient amendments and even vitamins in water and storing that water and using that to fertilize your plants. I thought it was a crazy trend, but apparently it's not. A lot of you all have been doing it and your plants love it. So why am I to judge? Why am I to surmise it as a crazy trend? As long as it's working for you guys, as long as your plants love it, go for it. And for that, I'm sorry guys. Forgive me. Now I know better. Okay. But we're just touching the tip of the iceberg because there's more. Oh, speaking of humble pie, this one I'm gonna have to get on my knees. Oh, Jesus. Oh, old age is real, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I have on this page constantly slandered this over and over again. And even though I am right to a certain extent, I've also come to realize that there's a time and a place and an important need for it in this hobby. I'm talking about the chunky soil. Chunky soil. I do want to apologize, especially to my Western girlies, because I know you do love your chunky soil. My lord, I know you do love your chunky soil mix, and I've come out here, to slander it from time to time. I still maintain that a potty mix that is too chunky can be detrimental for your plants, and a chunky soil mix doesn't work for every plant. Don't you dare get it twisted. I still maintain that. But what I will admit is that for certain plants, you need that chunky soil mix. Baby, there's no negotiating. For certain plants, especially plants that have small root systems, tiny and fragile root systems, and epiphytic plants, Hoyas. Oh Jesus, you need that chunky soil mix. It's the reason why I can't keep Hoyas alive. My Hoyas are struggling even at my second attempt. They are struggling no matter what I do, because I do not use the chunky soil mix. So in as much as, you know, again I said, let's not get it twisted here. In as much as sometimes some of y'all overdo it with the chunkiness and you use a chunky soil mix for everything. No. I'm not saying we should throw the baby and the bathwater away, which is the approach I was taking earlier with this chunky soil situation. I'm saying for some plants they are necessary and they are needed. So for that, I apologize to you guys, and I hope you forgive me. Some of the advice I was giving you all back then, I wouldn't even recommend them to my enemies right now. Okay, which leads me to my next point. There are some plants that I recommended to you guys earlier in the year that I want to come out and say, please, I clearly wasn't on my right senses when I was recommending those plants to you. The first plant, an Australian tree fern. In one of my videos, I came out here to boldly open my mouth and recommend an Australian tree fern as an indoor plant to my fellow humans. Oh my goodness gracious, please. I don't think there's anyone I know that can actively and successfully grow an Australian tree fern inside their home. I tried to grow it outdoors in a tropical country, and babes, that plant only lasted me 1 month. 1 month and that plant perished. Now I don't know if you're one of the lucky ones, if you're one of the truly blessed ones that can pull off growing an Australian tree fern indoors. I give it to you, but please, this is not a plant that you recommend willy-nilly. It needs a lot of moisture and it needs a lot of humidity, and honestly for a lot of us indoors, and even for some of us in a tropical part of the world, this can be very unrealistic and difficult to achieve. So Australian tree fern, I don't know what I was thinking. I want to come and formally apologize to y'all for recommending such a plant to you. Please, let me get on my knees. Let me really apologize to you as an African now. Get on my, oh Jesus. Oh. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, okay? All right. Old age is real, guys. Oh my God. This is another one. I don't know what I was thinking. In fact, I've had to hide that video because every single plant I recommended to y'all, I would not recommend them to my enemies. I would not, doing what I know now, I will never recommend those plants to my enemies. And I want to apologize for recommending those plants to you, girlies. I'm talking about the Persian shield plant. I cannot believe I came out here on God's own internet to actually recommend a Persian shield plant to y'all and pass it off as a very easy plant. Oh my goodness, no. That is an outdoor shrub. An outdoor shrub that can only grow, I'm guessing, in the deltas of Bangladesh. It's even really hard to pull off growing that plant outdoors in a tropical country I live in. So even though you guys have proven to me that there's nothing you cannot grow inside your homes. I mean, I've seen some of you, my American girlies, we've talked about this before, and seen some of you growing banana, tomato, pepper in your homes. Yes, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, clearly. But it doesn't mean that there are certain plants I should come out here to recommend willy-nilly. No. You have to be a courageous person. You have to be an experienced person. You have to be a bold person with nothing to lose for you to attempt to grow a plant like a Persian shield inside your home. But I'm curious, if you have been able to grow a Persian shield successfully and an Australian tree fern successfully, please come out here and tell us what your secret is so that we can learn. But knowing what I know now, no, I will not recommend that plant to anyone else. No, certainly not to anyone who intends to grow them indoors. So please forgive me for recommending that plant to you all. I know better now. I'm not so loose with my lips these days. Okay? Oh, girlies. Speaking of plants, I regret to have unfortunately recommended to you all. So in one of my styling videos, I love those videos, but I have to admit that there was a plant I recommended to you all in that video that that plant really, oh my god, that plant made me realize I was wrong. I'm talking about the song of Jamaica, Dracaena. She's beautiful. I remember in that video I mentioned that she's a stylish looking plant, and that if you move her into your home, what she's going to do is that she's going to drop off some leaves and then expose a bare trunk. Well, I want to come off here and tell you that she's going to drop leaves, right? But she's never going to stop dropping leaves. She's never going to stop dropping leaves. She's going to completely drop all her leaves, and next moment you're left with a skeletal structure of a plant. That plant does not like low light. Girlies, please, I want to come out and tell you, if you are going by the advice I gave in that video, you need to have floor to ceiling windows. I remember the inspiration for the advice was Benji plant. Remember, he had a massive specimen in his previous house and his previous apartment, but what I failed to realize then was that he also had floor to ceiling windows. Dracaena is generally a very fantastic indoor genus, but you see that one, that Song of Jamaica, and I'll also go as far as saying Song of India as well. Those two songs outside, please. Or you need to have floor to ceiling windows, my love. This plant did not tolerate the indoor conditions at all. I had to literally move her outdoors. And if you want a more friendly indoor Dracaena, we've talked about this severally on this page, get yourself a construct Dracaena, Dracaena marginata even. But Song of India, I'd regret advising you all to get that plant, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Actually, I think the internet will be a better place if content creators every now and then, came out to make videos like this, because in the moment we might honestly think we are right. Yes, but like sometimes life will humble us, especially in this hobby. You might be feeling funky, feeling like a plant expert, but that plant will certainly humble you. So I think every now and then we need to come out and make videos like this and hold ourselves accountable so we don't speak so categorically on certain things. We approach every single advice we give with humility, with demurity and decorum. Yeah. Oh god, I'm so glad that this is the end of this video. I'm so glad that this is the end of this video, because I was like, oh my god, I can't continue to eat this much humble pie. But I'm curious to your thoughts, guys. I feel like this is a video I need to do like maybe quarterly from time to time, just to keep myself in check. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of some of the points that I made and all of that. Let's certainly continue this conversation in the comment section, and I hope you enjoyed this video, all that good stuff. Till then, I will see you in the next one. And guys, I can't believe the year is almost over. Like, Jesus, this year just started like maybe 2 minutes ago and now it's over. Wow. Anyways, see you in the next one, and yeah, thank you for watching till the very end. Love you, babes.